You're welcome to my YouTube channel. I just want to welcome you today. If this is your first time joining me, you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. Right? So, guess what? I want you to pause this video real quick. Call somebody within your circle, call your friend, call your fellow business partner that needs to hear this. And right, you can watch this with your business partners and make sure to, follow me for more information so that you can get up to speed with what we're doing out here. So let's start with a quick hard truth, something that nobody likes to talk about, which is you didn't join this business to walk yourself into the ground with no result. I repeat that. You didn't join the insurance business to walk yourself to death with no result. You didn't come this far to be broke with a license that most people are flipping and making millions of dollars, right? And you definitely didn't dream about a future where your children watch you struggle just like you, right? You watch your parents struggle, the financial traumas that you've been, passed through, that you have dealt with, that is embedded in you, right? You don't want your children to experience none of that. But if that's what's happening to you right now, guess what? I want you to pause. I told you at first, pause and get your teammate, get your sideline, get your upline, get your business partner, whatever it is you call, in your hierarchy or in your IMO, because it's about to, expose a dangerous lie that many insurance agents believe. A lot of people that got the license, they've been told a lie that is really, really harmful to their existence. And it's the reason over 90% quit in their first year. This is statistically proven. It's not that they weren't good enough. It's not that they weren't called. It's not that they didn't find their midpoint. No, that is not it. It's simply because they were walking in the clouds. They thought it's an easy thing. You come in and it's easy. No. According to LIMRA, 90% of new insurance agents fail within the first 12 months. Most have no real roadmap, no client niche, and no idea what works beyond brute force, right? You're just getting all the training, all the being coachable, all the do's, do this, do that, blah, 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 blah. No real result. No real result. You can't duplicate what you don't understand, right? I repeat that for those of us that are listening on Instagram. You cannot duplicate what you don't have. That's not how wealth is built. No. And that's how burnout begins. So, guess what? If you're an agent right now feeling like you are grinding without growing, you're not alone. You feel like you're showing up but staying stuck. I want you to lean in right now. Come close, come close, come close, come close. Because what I'm about to teach you today will shift how you see this business forever. This is one of the biggest truths that nobody tells you, right? This is the midpoint, right? Where everything about your calling, about your business, about your belief system meet conversion. If you're not able to convert a client into a paying client and into keeping the policy and not letting it charge back, then you don't understand the business that you're in. I'm sorry to say, you do not understand the business that you're in. So if you see me looking sideways, right, it's because I have another screen and I'm streaming live with other people on the other platform, right? This is what the top 10% know, but rarely teach. They're not going to teach you, because they teach you, you're not going to be coachable. You hear the big oh, you're not coachable, you have to be coachable. They're not giving you all the formula. In life, principles right? Govern life as it were. If you don't understand that principles is everything in life, you are on a long journey, and guess what? You're going to burn out. And I really don't want you to do that. That is one of the reasons why. What are we doing? We're doing something spectacular this period. Guess what? We're demystifying the top 5 reasons why 90% of insurance, agent quit. I just told you. First year in business, I don't want you to be a statistic, right? There are 5 hidden reasons no one is talking about this and how to win anyway, right? If winning is what you're about to do, you need to come on that webinar. It's happening on the 12th, right, of July 2025. If you're watching this on another day, that's okay. We're going to stream live and you're going to have the playback, right? But guess what? You want to tap into this. And after this webinar, we're going to have a 5 days challenge to change your worldview about the lies that you've been told as an insurance agent that is stopping you from attaining the goal and the vision of what your business is supposed to get you to. Trust me, this business is a gold mine, but if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to be burned out. And burnout is a place I don't want you to be. I'm an agency owner with over 100 plus licenses. And guess what? What we're doing is spectacular. We've been able to take the approach to position ourselves to make sure that the perspective of which we operate in is a perspective of a client that is a paid client, right? So you want to take advantage of this event. I'll leave the poster up, right? Take advantage, whatever you're doing, 7 p.m. Central Time. If you're in the Eastern, zone, you want to tap in as well. Guess what? You want to come and see how lives can be transformed, right? You didn't get the license to chase people, to beg for sales, and guess what? And still be broke. No, you see how really, really serious this is? Most of you right now, you don't have friends anymore. Your friends have blocked you. Nobody wants to pick your call. If you're calling someone, they're like, oh, that insurance person again. You are losing your friends because you have been pushed to shove something that they don't really want. Do you know why I know they don't really want it? Because anybody that wants something would come to you. Have you wondered why? Right? The other aspect of insurance is making money. If you have a PNC license, you're going to be making money because people need auto insurance, they need home insurance and all that. But if you have a life license insurance like I do, right, you're going to be looking for people to sell to. But guess what? That is the way, right, that the direct marketing and inspirational marketing is asking you to do it. Guess what? We're telling you now there's a better way because we have over 400 and something plus million people in America. And statistically, about 60% are not insured or underinsured. So the market is there, but you're not looking, right? And guess what? 90% of agents quit in their first year. Why? Why? Because most agents are passionate, but they're not positioned. Positioning is all you need, and they don't know the midpoint in which they can strike. There's a midpoint, there's a starting point, and there's the ending point, but the midpoint is the goal. The midpoint is the goal, and we're going to demystify what those midpoints are in this 5 days seminar that I'm doing, the challenge that I'm showing you, but I'm going to show you the secret, right? On Saturday, make it a date with me. Now, guess what? The exact intersection of their voice, their value, and clients' connection. If you're not connecting to your clients, if your client is talking to you, you're just overly into getting those data, you are not connecting and being in the present with them, you're not getting that sale. No, people connect with people. They don't care about what brand you're about to give them and all that. They trust your word. And guess what? The business we are in is big on relationship. It's big on relationship, and relationship gives you referral. You do a good job, down the line, they give you access to their people. But most of you don't understand that. So now guess what? So they hustle in all direction. You're burning out before breakthrough happens. This is one thing that we need to correct. And if you want to get that done, there's a blueprint for you to avoid doing all of that, right? So you don't waste your time and you're not, counted as statistic. And that's not what we want for you, right? But what if you knew who were called? You knew those that were called to do this and those that were called to help you, achieve this thing effortlessly. And you knew deep down in your heart that you as well, you were called to serve. What if you built your business around your gifts, not just script? Most people stay scripted. You calling a client, you're scripted. They're not feeling the human connection. It just feels robotic. It feels automated. That's what I'm breaking down in this live, event on Saturday, July the 2nd, in a powerful session called From Passion to Policy, finding the midpoint and to close with confidence. That is what you need, right? You don't need to burn that candle. You don't need to burn out your friendship. You don't need to make people run away from you. You don't need to, mess up your clientele, because guess what? The same people that don't buy from you right now because they don't see the value, right, in what you do, those same people will come back and buy from you later. How well are you positioned to help this client? What is that positioning that you have done? What is that thing that you're going to do differently, right, to ensure that you don't wear out your client, to give them the best experience ever, right? These are the things that we're talking about, right? So right now, I want to ask you a question. As I'm asking you, I want you to pause. What is the reason why whenever you see these clients, right, you talking to them, they're not listening to you? Have you ever paused to think, is there something I'm missing? Could there be anything that I need to do that is stopping me from achieving this, right? Write those things down. Guess what? People give you clues. They leave clues with you. Most times your clients, right, when you get them in their prospect, when you go out prospecting, and then when you get them to come on Zoom, they're clients. And then when they convert and they get the policy, they become a customer because you serve them for long term. You give them something for the now, you upsell them and upgrade them, right, for the future. Their family sizes, their dynamics, things have changed. They got a new job, they bought a new home. See, you have to keep being consistent with them. It's a relationship you're building. If you're sounding too, automated, you're sounding too scripted, you're sounding like, that you're hungry for the sale, because most agents are hungry for the sale. If you're sounding like you're hungry for the sale, you're not going to go anywhere near your client, right? You're not going to get anywhere near your client. So the question that I want to ask you real quick, right, is how long have you been in the insurance business, right? Are you just beginning? Or you've been in here for less than a year, or you've been here for 1 year to 3 years, or you've been here 3 years and above, or you at that point of quitting and you're saying, hey, I'm just confused. I don't know how this thing works. I'm throwing in the towel. Please, I'm leaving. Or lastly, I left, but I'm coming back. I'm considering coming back. You need to be guided. You need somebody to help you achieve that stuff. Another question I want to ask you is, what's the biggest struggle so far that you have encountered? If you can identify your problem, right, you can write it down, you can create solutions. You have to SWOT yourself, right? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What are the opportunities that I'm, seeing every day and bypassing? And what is the threat to my business? These are the things that you want to ask yourself, right? Your biggest struggle, is it in finding the client? Are you blinded by, the fact that there are people everywhere in the store, at your kids' school, everywhere, right? You go to the grocery store, at the gas station, right? Even at your job, while you're walking around, what is your relationship? What is your approachability standard? Are you easily approachable? Are you the one that don't know how to smile? Could it be that if you just tweak it a little and you say hi or you smile, you could win people's trust, or you learn to compliment people? These are the things that you need to build. So if you're looking like, oh man, I don't see people, there are people everywhere. There are people everywhere, right? Could it be that your closing confidence is down, is like 0% or 1% maybe, right? Could you be, struggling in the fact that you're not consistent, right? You start today, you stop, and then when you come back, you begin again, because the industry is very, very funny, it's strange. Your license, quite right, but for every time you step away from practice, you get rusty. Could it be that you're not making real money? That's why you feel like you're struggling. Or maybe because you're looking at your upline and looking at people that have been in the industry for 10, 5, 6, count the number of years. Most people have been in the industry for 20 years. And you just coming in and you want to make the kind of income they make, you have to know what they know. That's why failing fast is the best thing for you. Why do I say so? If you fail fast, you avoid, oh, I failed in this thing, I tried this, it didn't work. Boom, you click that and you go. You go to the next one. Okay, this thing worked, you go. You go to the next one. So people that are going to be successful are those that are willing to fail now. They're willing to fail fast so that they can move on to the next level, right? Now, guess what, right? Another question I want to ask you is, do you believe you're called to serve? Because there's a difference when you meet somebody that is in, say you meet somebody in healthcare. People in healthcare, they have to have the heart to help people. You don't just go into healthcare because you want to make money. You're going to be tired. That is not your place. That's why you see a lot of people do the kind of businesses they do just because Mr. A did it, Mr. B did it, they're making money. Maybe if I go in there and make money, that is not your place, right? Some agents should be referral agents. You just get a license, you refer, you do the split, and you're fine. Some of them should be revenue sharing, the same thing. You got to get the license to do that. You need to identify who you are and where you find yourself. And some people might just be part-time. And then others, like myself, you can go full-time. But if you're not able to identify where you are and be real to yourself, that is why you quit. Because you that was supposed to be a referral revenue sharing agent, you quickly went from joining, getting licensed, and maybe somebody told you that was making money, they're making 10,000 monthly, 20, 30, and you saw the money. I'm like, if this person can do this, I can do this because I think I speak better than they do. I dress better, I look better. Okay, go ahead. Now, guess what? You jump into the industry, you're forgetting there are steps. Every business, every license, profession, you need to undershadow somebody. But the insurance company, the insurance industry is very, very unique. Like others, you come in, you make money, but guess what? You need to understand how the process works. That's why most people tell you, oh, you need to let me do the sale for you, I'll go on training with you and split. That's okay, right? It's okay to split, but are you learning? You need to identify, if I'm not going to be able to put in 3 months to 6 months to learn the basics, right? I rather do, well to myself by being a split agent or being a referral agent or being a revenue sharing agent, so you don't burn out. But if you know you're going to go in head on and you want to learn the basics, you want to give it a bit, at least 60 to 90 days minimum to learn the ropes, learn the skill, field train with your upline or your trainer. Understand when you're field training, what you should be doing. You should be taking notes and making sure that you're studying the body language, you're studying the closing questions, you're studying their processes. That is how you get trained. Nobody's going to call you and sit down and say, okay, I'm trained. No, people get paid for their time. So you learn as you go, right? Or you want to go in and you want to say, I'm going to save enough money for XYZ amount of month to cover my bill, minimum 6 to 12 months. And I'm going to go into this business understanding that it's a business that takes time and you sell with trust, right? So all these things, we're going to help you do that, right? Now, guess what? The reason why you're feeling stuck is because you don't understand where you're supposed to be. You need to be able to place yourself. Where do I find myself? Where do I find myself? And you have to be truthful. Most people don't even make an income this in their first year. Some people, if you're lucky, you can make at least 30,000, right, a year. Most people do 70, 60. Others with experience and with a very, very experienced coach, right? If you're highly coachable, they tell you do this, do that, do this, and you do it, you'll be able to scale, especially when you niche down, right? Another question I want to ask you is, if I could help you actually unlock one result, just one, what would that be for you? Could it be that you want more confidence in opening conversations? You don't know how to approach people or how you relate with people, right? Could it be that you want to have 3 to 5 clients weekly? Or could it be that you want to have a clear message? When you open your mouth and talk, people know, oh, Helen is associated with this, right? So if you look at my videos, if you watch my trends and all that, you understand that I'm big on women. The funny thing is, my agency, over 100 plus, right? I have about 70% of them are men, right? I'm a female, and 70% of my agents are men, but the women are the ones that I'm pulled to. Why? Because they need help, right? They need help. If you help a woman, you help a generation. You get their husbands, you get their children, but most of them are busy being, struggling under duty. That's one of the reasons why I have a calling to help them, but that's different. I'm able to separate myself from Helen, the agency owner, to Helen Boss in Heels founder, which is really, really into women. So you have to identify your voice. What is the niche? You can't be everywhere, right? You can't spread yourself everywhere. And then lastly, why would you be willing to join the 5 day challenge? If that is what you want to do, I will be willing to help you, hold you by the hand, and help you scale, right? So I don't want to waste your time talking so much on here. I just want to invite you really to our event, and I know that you're going to have a wonderful, stuff that's going to challenge you to go and unlock that potential that I know that you have, right? So you're not failing because you don't have passion. That is not it. I want you to take that off your mind right now. You're not failing because you don't pray enough. Most people pray, Father, let this policy go through. You're not the one to approve the policy, right? There's no guarantee that the client you're sitting with will get approved in the first place. That's why you need to understand the strategy of how not to waste your time. Time is of the essence. Time is money, right? You're not going to sit with the client, do a presentation, run illustration, do everything, and waste your time. At the end of the day, the client get declined. No, you want to make sure that they qualify first. Those are the things we're going to teach you when you come into my community. I don't care what organization you belong in. You come into my community is a different ball game. What we're doing is we're creating an insurance agent, academy where we're going to be teaching you skills for you to go scale. Now, guess what? We are a paid community, right? So we're a paid community for a reason, because I'm not looking to getting you into my agency, but if you come, that's fine. If you don't, you can stay where you are. We are the same, right? We have the same goal. The goal that we have is a unified culture, is to help families. That is the culture that we have. Our goal is to help families and to help, make sure we put protections on families. So if you understand that goal, then that's fine. Now, you're not failing because you don't know the science behind the close, right? Don't get it twisted. Yes, principles govern everything. If you have the understanding that there are formulas and you apply those formulas every time, you have, the same result, just like McDonald's and all the fast food out there. If you go to anyone, guess what? Every McDonald's is a franchise owned by different owners, operated by different owners, but they have a uniform taste. They have a uniform packaging. They have everything. What are they doing? They're duplicating their system. Their menu is duplicatable. The uniform is duplicatable. The way they operate. That's why when you call one, somebody did something you at one branch and you're calling the other branch and you want to go. You see, you need to understand this thing. You have to be able to learn this thing, duplicate yourself really fast and get the right result. And then guess what? This Saturday, July 12th, right? At 7 p.m. CST and 8 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm hosting a free live training, right? What we're trying to do is to demystify the things that they don't tell you. I'm going to be spilling everything out then. You want to click the link, to join, register, and come into that, training, and it will be a blessing for you, right? Now, guess what? We're going to go deeper into 3 core agent types. Which one are you? And then guess what? I already highlighted those. And then I will talk to you about why client ghosts you even when they like you. They like you, but they ghost you. right? And if you're not careful, it's going to mess you up mentally. This business is 90% mental. It's a mental game. The skill set that you have is just 10%. So don't get it. Don't be bothered about jumping on one Zoom training or the other. No, you need to know your onion. But guess what? That's why the insurance agent have the people on the back end to help you. You just need to know how to present the package to the right clients, and then you get a close. And then how to structure your calls, your campaign, and your calendar around your divine niche. So those are the things that we're going to be going full-time high level in our 5 days challenge, right? But once you come in, we're going to demystify those things for you. And I urge you to go ahead and click the link and register for the 5 day challenge, and your life will change. And guess what? Everything will turn around for you. Before I leave, I want to say a quick prayer because I know most people are really stressed up. I know because I see those things happen within my organization. In my previous organization, I saw it happen, and that's why we were able to create a result so that we can keep everyone as one big family, identifying that, hey, you're not doing this thing right now. I can't place you in here. I'm going to leave you in this bucket. You're just going to be a referral agent until we build that confidence. We make money for you, and then you're confident enough to come, right? So, Father God, for every agent out here under the sound of my voice, I speak clarity over confusion. I pray boldness where there were doubts before. And I declare that their hands will prosper, not by hustle, but by heavenly alignment, right? By divine instruction and divine guidance. Let them find their midpoint and let their business reflect the abundance of purpose you place within them. In Jesus' most gracious name we pray. Amen. If this hits home, don't worry. I'm here to help and guide you on this journey. Go now. The link is in the bio, the link in the description. If you're watching on YouTube, the link is in the description. If you're watching on Facebook, the link will be in the post thereof, or you can hit me up on the DM and I'll send it out to you. If you're watching on Instagram, go ahead and hit the link, right, to get that done. I'll only teach the live, and spots are filling out. And guess what? We don't have enough space for people. I don't want to open it up. It's only for people that take action. Let's turn your passion into power and your calling into cash flow, right? I see you at the top. Remain blessed. Remember, Jesus loves you and you're going to win. That's all. Winning is a default. You are going to win. Trust me. See you at the top. Bye-bye for now. Don't forget to share, like, and comment. Turn on the notification button on here so that whenever you see any post from you, you'll